time to have a big sip of tea. Sorry, I was a second late there. I was a second late there. My apologies. How is everybody doing? Apologies for the scheduling chaos today, but we are here to experience collaborative angst. And that's what truly matters. Wait, let me say hello. I come a ton next first to arrive very speedy. Wait, before the what? Only very speedy. welcome. Hi, Antax. Hi, Finla. Hi, Suna. Hi, Shizun. Hi, Tom. Hi, Dust. How are you all doing? My ability to say words. Not at its peak for the start of a reading stream. I should turn the volume down a little bit. I swear I need to. Oh! I've just encountered a technical difficulty, which I think is resolved. Okay, tentatively. So for those who don't know, my monitors are very old. I got both my monitors second-hand because the university I was at was selling them because they were getting new computer lab gear, and so they were like used by uni students for 10 years and then sold, and then I got them, and I was around the passage of time 6 or 7. Oh no, I said the numbers. Okay, my eternal suffering. That was around 6 or 7 years ago. And so one of my monitors now, if I like breathe too heavily, it decides it's no longer plugged in, and I breathed too heavily then because I was so excited about Arknights collab. So that is the little introduction to my momentary panic. I don't think it'll have affected stream. I just couldn't see anything for like 20 seconds, but the cables are working now. I need to think of a plan for that, because if I was able to see my stream screen while streaming, how am I going to end stream? Am I just going to have to like guesstimate with the mouse? Oh no. I mean, I guess that's what turning the computer off is for. Actually, no, that makes more sense. Well, very focused and big brain mouse thoughts to start off with. Hi, Tacos, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I'm okay. I am not under the weather per se, but I could do with a long weekend, you know? I've just been a bit busier than I'd like to be for quite a while. So yeah, I'm a smidgen tired. It might have to be quieter weeks next week for streams. We'll see. Arknights keeps doing cool collabs or anniversary events with my wife, and then what else am I supposed to do? If you want to end stream, just breathe on the monitor. If I cannot see OBS, the stream isn't happening. Oh gosh. I'm trying to think how I would solve that. I suppose the other monitor's pretty consistent, so I could just get into settings and then... Oh yeah, I could just force the monitor to only recognize primary monitor because I got this one set up as secondary. Okay, all good. I figured it out. You can see I'm very put together and ready for today's stream. Oh yeah, excited for musical instruments. I haven't engaged with the other franchise, but they play instruments. Like there's the drummer, there's the pianist and the guitarist, I think. They're very cute. Oh, I'm getting distracted again. So, where we left off last time, the lady with purple hair who scares me a little bit. Nyamu, who halfway through the 5-hour stream I realized her name is a cat pun. Nyamu, we had the first adventure into the dream from the slightly scary face, and we got Nyamu out. Oh, we're very close to. So I think we're either going to be having more confrontations with... I was going to say Morpheus, but... Morbius, but... No, I got... This really isn't pending up on my ability to speak. I got Morbius and Morpheus confused in my head, and so I was going to be like, it's morphin time, because that felt like that was the winning meme joke shenanigan, but it's not quite as it's morphin time. That's a new sentiment. Anyway, we're going to be continuing back from getting Yellow out of the dream. I will be playing the stages with Arknights as always, so that is only the rodent operators. Also, Excitable Rodent, we now have Flametail, and I haven't got her module yet, but she is M3, S3 M3, so her main skill I have max thingamabob for Power Rangers. It's morphin time. Honestly, I want to see the wolf that has anxiety. I don't know how to describe her. He was quite ominous, but I don't know, very dapper. Arknight morphing time is angry and disgusted. You gotta morph between the different micro expressions of disgust. It's an important part of communicating in a visual novel. But yes, I think it's a slightly shorter story today for this event, so even though I believe there's 8 stages and 1 epilogue, there's no middle split story, so there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story chapters to read through, 5 of which have 2 halves, so we might actually finish today. I'm not sure. I'm planning to play through the EX and S stages on Friday, so if we don't finish it all today, it's not the worst. It'd be nice to, just because I've been, neat and organised, but I am sleepy. I want to be tucked in bed by 1 AM with a good book and a hot chocolate, so so I'll see where I get to. No, S stage is just EX. Oh, really? That's a little bit surprising. Is that always the case for collabs? I could have sworn the Rainbow Six collab had S stages, but that was quite a while now. I can't actually be certain. Collabs are always only EX? Oh, okay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on Friday, because EX stages don't normally take a full stream if there's no S stages. I normally do them together. Well, I'll think of something. Collabs at 2 weeks events? Don't the central story 2-week events normally have S stages? I thought it was that the 3-week events had the kind of pseudo-annihilation stages, and that was the extra bit. Don't worry, EX will take a bit. I'm scared now. I've heard people saying that this event is tough, and I don't fully understand the mechanics, but I've also only done 3 stages. S only for the 3 weeks ones? I live in a state of not finishing content. Wow, okay. I like how there's the Arknights player base skipping the story and then doing the late game content, and there was me reading the story and being like, oh, it's ended, no late game content for me. I didn't get to try CC this time just because I was busy for the recent one. Which is a little bit of a shame, because I feel like my team's gotten quite a bit stronger now. I'm not confident I could do a Arknight for Claire for it, but I'm pretty sure my central team could have curb stomped them. Especially with Hashiguma now. She's so perfect. Okay, anyway. Before I start talking about my wife. This CC wasn't fun. To be fair, I feel like CC isn't... It's the type of suffering sometimes where it's not gonna be fun, but you're proud that you finished it, you know? Or is this just generally suffer? Not general CC suffer. The moonlight shines upon the organ bench, an invitation from the castle to play the melody of the Evernight? Evernight is ominous. The CC that can be beaten by 4 stars? Oof. I'm glad I didn't do it. Maybe it would have been quite scary. Okay, we have a wonderful collection of rodents. Shout out Flametail, she's new. Shout out Dorothy. She's not committed that many war crimes. And let us begin. So happy I finally have Flametail now. It does mean that I sometimes keep rejigging my team because normally I'd kind of got into a cadence where I just wasn't running you official and Shaw, but sometimes I now have 3 more. I think is there 14 or 15 Zalaks now? I think there's 15, and so there's 3 that I need to choose to not include for each stage, and it's less concrete than it used to be. It's generally Scavenger, Shaw, and you official, but sometimes I need the extra healing. I got to use Radiant, that's a plus. I miss Fish with Guns. I need to play more IS6. Fish with Guns so good. The marketing team was just like, what do we do to make people play the new game mode? Fish with Guns. Does that mean they're later on in Fish? Wait, have I gone down this rabbit hole? They're really not very good at keeping the whole they only get the guns all to themselves. Speedy Fish with Guns. The rain falls like tears, and I am but a single drop within this endless sea. In this lonely night, I am no longer lost. I do not fear being afraid. This is a more ominous start than I was expecting. This is a more ominous start than I was expecting. Prisoner 4238, step forwards. Sir, your orders? Did you just forget anything when going over your personal effects? No, sir, I made sure to check everything. Head straight down the corridor, to the little window at the end, and sign your name. You're free to go after that. Okay. Yes, thank you, sir. Which one of the girls from the idol we've got arrested? The sound of heavy jogging echoes down the corridor. The heavy footsteps of boots gradually draw nearer, echoing down the hallway. Yeah. Get lost. I don't want to see you again this year. How many times has she been arrested? Mary picks up her bass guitar case in one deft motion and strolls leisurely out of the prison. This is a fun skyline. Wait, I need to be excited about architecture. Wait, is this set in Sakusia as well? Interesting. There's so many different eras of architecture here, because you've got, I think, what's like evocative of some combination of brutalism and neo-modern contemporary post-glass paneling architecture here, and then you have classic Gothic church-esque constructions, and then these are quite fun because this is like Greco-Roman reconstruction, kind of common in mostly America. Mostly America, very like Washington-esque from that era of American reconstruction, but across large parts of it. And then I'm assuming, based off this being reconstruction style as well, these are also subsequent reconstructions in the style of townhouses? I wouldn't know how to pin down this art structure to a time period, but I like the fact that they're off-stepped. That's very fun. It's your first view of Sakusia, right? Maybe. Did start of the second Virtuosa event happen in Sakusia before they went to what's the name? The twin palaces with the two princesses? Lithianen? Yeah, do I mean Lithianen? I think I might need Lithianen. Because it ends there with the princess, but I thought it started in one of the nearby nations, which I had in my head was Sakusia, but we were just in a countryside watching Ivanhoe's Silk, I think. It's been a while. Empresses? Whoa! I demoted them. I feel bad for that because they're quite scary. But yeah, I think this is my first year of Sakusa. Was the event that had Techno, cute girl who escaped NPC jail in Sakusa? I'm getting my event wires crossed. But anyway, love the combination of architectures. Oh, that was in Bolivar. It's interesting that this is, I'm assuming, a new construction from scaffolding. That's fun. Also the emptiness of the street. That is curious how desolate it is, but I suppose it's a background, so. Oh hi Carl, how are you doing? Kizia is much the same as ever, welcoming her return with an interminable drizzle. Sounds like someone I know. Oh, that's a nice building. Oh, knife crime? That's Moy? Hello, Moy. How are you doing? Did you get to drive in any circles today? Me trying to understand cars. There are boys and girls in every shop on the street and the next one's over. Everyone keep an eye out. We're not letting her run away. Got it. I don't think this is gonna go very well for the new Mary. She's one of the event thingamabobs, like the brain so smooth. Please accept no sleep, no brain cell. Character not via gamble from event clear. Amazing. There's a single word for it, but no, not anymore. In the past there was, I think, because I didn't remember pulling her. But I could have just got distracted. Welfare! That's the word. It returns into existence. 280 on 65? I don't know what those numbers mean. Is that good, Circle? I got you. Thank you. Collectively, we will form the ability for me to say a sentence, and by say collectively, you will all be doing most of the group work. I will be sitting here looking confused, but I have mango juice, and so I'll be happy and confused. You can laugh. Normally I'm very happy to do all of the group project work, but today the brain cells are not with me. Everyone contributes one word. That got scary. That's gonna end up just being like I'm a short cat or something. That's not gonna work out well for me. Just got news from North Steep Boss. She's heading this way. I feel like I should do a little dun dun dun. Keep your eyes on her. Don't let her run off. I don't think she's trying to hide, boss. Get everyone back here. pronto. I always love a good planter basket. I wish there was like the capability for window baskets on the outside of the library, but it doesn't really fit into the architecture, so I'll just have to settle for indoor plants. 4'11"? I'm 2 inches taller than that. It's close enough. People have stopped saying I'm 4'1". I'll accept this and move on. In the narrow alleyway, a gang of ghoulish thugs surround the girl with the bass guitar case. Is she gonna hit them with the guitar? Does she have arts? Again, really. And I was wondering why you pull like you ever got taken in by any familiar? See, after ours fell in hard times, I asked around, and that's how I learned you made your career out of being a trader. You've got a dozen names bouncing around every familiar out there. Our contracts never said we couldn't do work for others. She's in the mob! She looks a little bit like angry and scary, but she's in the mob? Five for one. Yeah. Correct. Cannon the nut. Welcome to Sakusia. Is everyone in Sakusia in the mob? Is that just the Arknights story? I know this is where the Texas events are and the Lapland event, and I started a little bit of them but didn't get to finish them. So, oh hey Pesky, how are you doing? How has your day been going? Okay. Not every loophole is in the Mafia, just like 99% of them? Surely if everyone's in the Mafia, then no one's in the Mafia anymore. That kind of just becomes the society. It's like if everybody's super, no one's super. And like I said long ago, I only take my reward and fulfill the duties that match you. Is that why you sold our secrets to the enemies? Oh hi Thunder, how you doing? Don't know what you're talking about? Don't play dumb, you're a gosh darn traitor. Ever since you showed up, our people have been getting screwed left and right. All thanks to me and the Don being stupid enough to trust you, we've invited you to join us. Francis, I don't remember what I've done to offend you all. I don't think that's gonna go to Alice's line of defense. Well, you're so many people you can't even remember? The Don's dead, everybody's dead, we had hundreds of people, and now it's just our dozen left. Oh, that is quite sinister. What do you mean? We busted our ass moving from Columbia to this stupid place, but you had to go and get everyone killed. This is slightly higher stakes than the previous dream. I'm not sure. Is this really gonna be the dream that she chooses to stay in? Sick, got to be here. Oh no, I hope you feel better soon, Thunder. I know, there's a bunch of different, like, especially tough seasonal cold and flus going around in the UK, so I hope you'll recover soon, bounce back. Eat lots of fruits, drink lots of water, sit in bed, read book. Mouse advice. I hope you feel better soon. No more talk. There's more than enough here to teach you a very painful lesson today. I don't have to fight with you. Amiri tries to stay the impending clash through words, but the gang shows no signs of relenting as they approach her. She's forced to put her case down. Alright, let's go. Are we gonna get out of her fighting? Wait, that'd be so cool. I wouldn't go any further now, Bambina. So just started up over there. You're not safe alone. Go the long way around. Quick. Behatted girl? Am I having a lot of dyslexia? Is there... Girl with big hat? Girl with noticeable hat on? Behatted? What the heck? Yeah, it just means adorned with a hat. Okay, I guess my first instinct was right. Thank you for the warning. This is very pretty. Raindrops. The girl pays the passers-by advice no heed. She continues on in the exact direction she was warned against. I'm assuming then this is a general background and not a zoom in of a event art splash, because sometimes that's how they like disguise when they're about to do a cool thing. The rain patters against the ground, washing Sukusi's every stain away. The girl steps into the alley. It's clean and tidy, so utterly spotless as it to seem newly built. Sukusi's clean are consummate professionals. Not the slightest stench of blood hangs in the humid air. Dot. Mary, where are you? You're looking for a Mary? I recognize this background. This is where I saw 2 minutes of Lapland being ominous before my stream crashed a while ago. I definitely caught a flu. Luckily I got a vaccine this year, so it's hitting me pretty lightly. Oh, I'm glad the vaccine's helping out. But hopefully fully bounce back quickly then, since you got the leg up against the various bugs. The billiards room of a casino. Nobody would ever expect someone to live here. A few cardboard boxes are assembled into a makeshift bed. The most basic of toiletries full of bag nabbed free from a fast food joint. The billiards table is covered with envelopes containing Amiri's payment. She opens them one after the other, tossing the golden coins onto the table. Soon the pile of coins stamped with familiar and iodine has become a miniature mountain. There are coins left, out in the open, without the slightest protection. She wouldn't care the slightest bit if they went missing. Because when I hum, it kind of sounds like a background noise. My microphone doesn't pick it up, but I hummed there, I promise. I went like, but I have to start talking first for the mic to be like, oh yeah, that's speaking noises. The smart filter ain't smart enough. Amiri checks the envelope in her hands once more. There's nothing in it. She flips it over. On its front is the insignia of Familiar, along with the sender's address. This is also a nice room, so nice I started yawning. She's a boss. The guys in the prison didn't give you any trouble, did they? No, old friends. Besides, they know who my employer is. They wouldn't want to stick their heads in the fire. But I imagine you didn't send me just to ask that, did you, sir? I'm just concerned for a business partner, that's all. Sir, when did we become partners? When you signed your contract with me, you wouldn't even use your familiar's name. Well, if you want to become partners, and I know you do, let me lay my cards out. Amiri, I'd like to have you for a long-term job. What kind of job requires us to meet face to face? I'm thinking of inviting you into the familiar. She has a very good surprised expression. For sure whipped his hands like a villain during the I'm better at doing evil laughs today. Normally I just kinda sound very Waluigi-co, but it's more sincerely villainous, I think. Not like a lot, but you know, like 5,000% of 1% is 50. You know, like when you if something's slow, then it can double and still be low, etc. etc. What did you say? There's nobody inside. Why did you insist on coming along? You're obviously afraid of her. You're not I'm so good at sentences. I'm so good at sentences. You wouldn't believe the sentences I can form. Apologies. You're not even a mafioso. You wouldn't get it. I gotta get revenge for everyone's sake. What exactly happened between you and Amiri that you find so unforgivable? If you ever get betrayed the way we did, you wouldn't forgive either. Our familiar was mostly Arknight folk running away from the Colombian frontier. Whoa, Colombian frontier, scary. We didn't have much of a network or resources, so we've always looked down upon the local mafia. Fast forward a couple of years, and one day, boss decides to spend a fortune hiring someone. And that was Amiri? Yep. Once we hired her, it was peace and quiet for a long, long time. Those were good days. Didn't have to worry about anyone raiding our place or looking for trouble at our door. But when we invited her to actually join the familiar, she declined. Then the next day she vanished. Just gone. And right as we started getting suspicious, a bunch of those goons stormed in to stab us in the gut. No idea who sent them. I still can't bear to look back at what happened that day. It was too much, too much. Though I would say, not the most condemning of evidence against Amiri. Most villainous and also me. Well, I'm not. I try my best to be quite nice. I don't think I'm very evil, but I can pretend to be evil. You sound like you just delivered a poisoned apple to your stepdaughter. Wait, my brain's gone smooth. I can see like 4 fairy tales, but not a singular one. But I feel like, is that appropriate? That's close enough. It's got the maniacal intent. Snow White? Oh, yeah. Is Snow White the stepdaughter? Have I forgot crucial Snow White law? I thought... Cause Snow White is... I thought they were unrelated other than the fact that the mirror said she was the fairest in the land and the evil person was the queen? It's been too long since I've read either of the versions of the fairy tales. Am I misremembering? I know it was an evil stepmother in like Cinderella and I think Sleeping Beauty as well? I don't know. Because in my head I was like, I can't tell if this is a Cinderella reference or a Snow White reference or another one. And then I started thinking about poison apples. And then I was about to start talking about the apple design motif. I misremembering? I mean, a lot of the current constructions of fairy tales have a lot of overlap. And so, it's all good. But yeah, I don't think it's this wouldn't hold up in court. I don't know what particular legal system they have here, but dubious. And you're under the impression that Amiri sold you out? Well, who else could it be? You're crazy if you think it's a coincidence. I guess I'm crazy. Apparently it's glossed over, but Kyle's correct. Now is the princess in that story. Oh, wild! Sorry, my brain's now stopped over the fact that she marries the prince. I'm just gonna say prince of the nearby kingdom and not the original kingdom and move on. When in Rome? Oh. I can't say I visited Rome to understand that. Ads in 5 seconds? Oh heck. 40 minutes have passed! So I'm not finishing the story today, folks. But now that we're peacefully there... Okay. I guess we'll be doing 3 or 4 of the stages? Nah. We'll do 3 stages today. We'll do 4 stages today, I think. Get to stage 7, so we have the finale for Friday stream. That's a good split. Oh, I need to... Well, we'll stream until I'm CP. Friday is a weekend. Friday I have no limits and responsibilities other than my own desire to exist within a pile of blankets. Okay, are the advertisements started? Aha! They started just as I asked. It's gonna sound silly, but on my little pop-up thingamabob, there's always a little timer that says, like, time to ads. But then sometimes it just stops counting down and starts saying preparing ads. And then it can take anywhere from, like, 1 second where it's not visible to 4 or 5 minutes for the ads to actually be ready and rumble. And I don't particularly understand why. I feel like it should kinda... I should kinda just kick in, you know? Oh wait, this is the perfect opportunity for to open the mango juice. Let me... It's the sparkling one again, which is extra exciting. Because sugar has the capacity to make me better at forming sentences. I'm not sure I necessarily will today, but... Okay, 3, 2, 1. This bottle was harder to open than I realized. Okay, there we are. A smidgen anticlimactic. A few smidgens difficult, but we made it through. Let me pour myself a little beverage. Who does not love a little beverage? Tough mango to crack. Honestly, I really love mangoes, but... Oh. The glass I was going to drink out of is not clean. Not the biggest fan of that. Do I, in my having sat and worked at my desk all day, have another glass to hand? Yes, I do! Oh, that has orange juice in this morning. That's close enough. Oh, Hexel, thank you for the raid. Welcome! You've been hacked by a cyberraid. Welcome. Hi, Prince. Hi, Seth. Hi, Nap. How are you? I raided into the ad break. Oh no! Wait, are you all stuck in ads? Did you not sneak in? There should only be 40 seconds left, so hopefully you shall escape soon. Hi, I'm not in ads. You escaped, Nap. I assume it's the kind of the agility. Oh, turbo. Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna try and do a bit of it's like a law thing because of the Kambutsu training. I never know how to say it out loud. Oh I'm not the best at pronouncing it, but I was gonna attribute it to your agility training, but I guess turbo makes sense also. Ads ignored me, I don't have turbo. Depending on your region, the likelihood of you being punched by ads, or just kind of like, I don't know, glared at, they're not always punches, as seems skewed, but... Oh, ads over! Hi Seth, how are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, I hope stream was good. I did ads for some reason? Interesting. I wonder if it's regional ads targeted sales availability, but I'm assuming they have default ads because they can just run turbo ads back to back if there's nothing else. How are you doing? How's stream so far? I was playing Unite with Nap and Lily. Oh wait, which one's Unite? My brain... Oh, is that Pokemon Unite? I was trying to think of a, like... I don't know. In my brain, when I see a multiplayer game that's new and has ranked, I assume it's like a Deadlock Rivals type game, just because I feel like there's been a lot of them recently. Pokemon Unite? Oh, Pokemon Unite looks really cool, but alas, I spent too many years buying games on Steam on sale, and so now I don't buy games for my Switch very often, because I am... I don't know. They're good, but I still got a bit kind of... Is it label shock? Yeah. There's so many Pokemon games for me to catch up with. It's like League of Legends? Maybe I won't be catching up with that one in particular, but I hope you had fun. If you need to grab a drink, grab a snack, take a break, make sure to take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for stopping by. I hope Pokemon Unite was fun, despite being like League of Legends. Okay, I'm gonna have a little drink, and then we will continue with the dubious blaming of Umiri for separate crime. So I think I now have the hiccups, which is a little hazardous, but I will continue because I am a seasoned professional. I lost the last two games because of randoms. Oh, was it a 5-person game? No. Gotta go, but have a nice stream. Oh, that's completely fair. Feel free to dash off. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Maybe get some good food. Take care, take care. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. And Ministania? What is my keybind? That's my keybind. This is the wrong Arknight, but the right Penguin Denia? I don't know if this is a strong enough resemblance to be Penguin Denia. Okay. Oh, we were here before the advertisement started. Well, who else could it be? You're crazy if you think it's a coincidence. And your whole face? Oh, well, a large part of my face is taken up by the fringe. And then for the remaining face, it's like, it's pretty canon. You can't see Endman's mouth, you just kind of see chin and jaw, you know? I think it's pretty close. I don't know. I may resize it. It does make me a little bit less expressive. My nose is itchy. I can only see cheeks. Round mouse. I'm not willing to believe that Amiri would betray someone like this. The Amiri I know is much like you've described, strong and capable, a reassuring presence, and always eager to uphold her duty as part of a group. I mean, the facts are facts. Did you see any trace of her amongst the people in the raid? I did not. Then, do you remember what the raiders themselves look like? Can't forget for the rest of my life. Sekiko takes a deep breath, moving a hand to the self-defense weapon in her pocket. Are you gonna antagonize this man? What if someone was deliberately trying to break you apart? What if someone was keeping a close eye on Amiri this entire time? What you're trying to say? before fences can react, the cabinet doors all around them are thrown wide open. Within each cabinet is a burly mobster, and all together they raise their weapons at the pair in the center of the room. Oh, I thought we were talking about Morpheus. No funny moves. Are we going to the stage? Okay. So, did they break into Ome's house there? Colourton, they're very cute. They exist only to cause me problems. I'm not chuffed about this. Lynn is on the wrong scale. Oh!
指示は結構よ。一線を越えたらどういう末路にたどるのか考えもしてないみたいね。
I exist in a little bit of a state of fear.
心霊でも結果を尻尾が流星のようだ。よくそうやって言われるの。やっちゃおっか。絶対に近づかせないって。みんなに約束したんだから。
Do this. Because I can't really block on that. Okay. I feel a little bit better about the way they all are Newman now. This feels like more manageable acceleration. I'm not thrilled by the number of you fellows. I don't actually know how many there are. Oh, there's only 2! That's relatively fine. Oh, the game audio's got quite loud again. I think I need to go into my settings and rejig the tuning for comparing the volume of stage music to general music. Because I think at some point it's gone out of whack. It's always way too loud on the stage music compared to the sound effects and atmospheric music there. Let us summon Honeyberry. Oh, you are quite hostile. Okay. Woot woot. That the penguin? Newt. Okay. At first I treated it as no more than an ordinary job. A small, unremarkable familiar needed my strength to find their footing in turbulent Secusia. But with every day that passed, they came to trust me more, even letting me in on important family meetings. I knew I was never part of the contract, but I very much enjoyed the feeling of belonging with these people. Yo, Mary, my girl, been a few days since I saw you. How you doing? Here, some tangerine cream pudding. If I remember right, that's your favorite choice, yeah? Tangerine cream pudding sounds very good. No need, I have my own. But you could have 2 puddings. Hey, screw you, be a little grateful. I heard you chased off those goons harassing us. All by yourself, just wanted to show my appreciation. Well, Mary is maybe less approachable than I first assumed. Okay, keep your distance from me. I'm just a hired thug, doing what I'm paid to. I'll be leaving once I'm done. If your boss sees the 2 of us getting friendly, it won't end well for you. I'll be fine. He was telling me earlier, for a while now, he's been thinking of inviting you in with us. I recommend you ask around Secusia for my reputation. needs to ask. You're the strongest person we've ever met. Sounds very nice. Love tangerines. Yeah, I feel like citrus food. Not necessarily very wintry, but it just goes very well with the dessert. It adds a kind of almost tart sharpness sometimes that counteracts the sweet. So it's not a flat, sharp flavor. It's not a shallow, sharp flavor that you can sometimes get with some berries, for example, that just feel sugary. I quite like rhubarb flavored desserts. Oh, I went to a restaurant a few weeks ago, and for the dessert they had like a little scoop of ice cream, but they had pear on it that had been soaked in an alcohol of some kind. I think it might have been triple sec, I can't remember, but it was very nice. And I'm not really a dinner hosting mouse, but I like the illusion of thinking that I could someday be dinner hosting mouse. And I know in the past that there's been yapping about it'd be fun if I did a cooking stream, and then we could just, I don't know. I could eat the food that I made. maybe I could do that for the dessert. Because it doesn't have to be difficult, but it feels really fancy because you've got this like thinly sliced pear that's all syrupy and kind of sweet, but without the shrillness because it has the broad flavour of the alcohol associated with it. It was very good. And it also had some silly leaves on the top. Not edible. I didn't eat them. I'm always a bit nervous that people have started including not necessarily poisonous flowers and leaves, but not overly pleasant from a flavour and texture perspective to eat flowers and leaves on their desserts. Oh hey Mew, how are you doing? How has your day been going? They're common here, but instead of pear they use pineapple ice cream, raisins in rum, or pineapple and wine? You see, I've always heard of rum and raisin as an ice cream flavour, but I've never had raisins in rum. That sounds quite good. I do have tangerines in triple sec. I got it from, you know, the farm markets that you go to, the big stores that are in the middle of nowhere, and you see really posh people who have like fancy walking gear and vintage cars and stuff. They're a pain to get to since I don't drive, but I love going there because you can get quite a lot of fresh food, and it's a bit expensive, so it's like a sweet treat. Not necessarily sweet, but you can get really fresh food there, and it tends to be quite locally made since it's often from local farm networks. They're really cool. I got some. It's not candied if it's alcohol. I don't know what it would be. I got some boozy fruit there. I got a very small portion of strawberries. No, I said recently. It was about a year ago. A small portion of strawberries and vodka that I used up because I was making a like dessert platter for a friend's birthday, and I used them all in that. And then I still have the tangerines left. Hibiscus is very popular here, which like makes sense because the hibiscus tea is amazing and delicious, but the raw flowers sort of whatever. Hibiscus tea is very good. I like the idea of having flowers on your desserts because I just love plants. I think they're neat. If I go to a restaurant and they serve me carrots with the like little green stems still attached, love that. But I am just kind of left with the challenge of I grew from small mouse to big mouse in the environment where you clean your plate. You do not leave anything on the plate. You get a lot of stick if you do. And so I always feel like I should eat the decorative parts of meals. And I trust that they're not going to cause me any like internal organ distress. But that doesn't mean they're a good texture. Like the texture of the plant plant is a broad sentence. The texture of a flower with all the like papery petals, and then you've got the stem, and it's kind of slightly crunchy, but mostly just stringy. I'm not a particular fan, but they do look very pretty. I'm a big fan of just large chunks of a herb. If I don't always do it because, you know, availability, I don't have a huge amount of time to cook. But if I'm planning to cook a big meal, I'll often get some fresh leaves of the herb if I'm not already growing a plant of it. And so I'll chop up the small sections of it, and sometimes I dry them out myself in advance if it needs dried. I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference if you use the dried versus the finely chopped versions of herbs. I don't know if that's a hot take. Maybe you need to be better at cooking than me to be able to tell the difference, but yeah, and then I just like to put some more of the big leaves on the top, even if they're not eaten, just as a kind of, you can't see it, but these are in there too. And I feel like if you kind of bend them a little bit, if you fold them, you get the scent of it more strongly, and you know, you eat with your nose. I don't know. I think it adds to it. I think I want to spend more time cooking, is what I'm realizing from the tangents at the start of the stream. I'm planning to make another quiche this weekend. I made a quiche last weekend and I was very enthusiastic about it. Fermented? I'm not sure if it is fermented. It's certainly preserved. I feel like for fermentation, it makes a difference in some things, but not all things. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the general rule is, because most of the time, with the kind of lazy day-to-day cooking that I do, I'm either adding seasoning to an existing sauce, or I'm heating it at a low temperature as a kind of aromatic. And for that, when you're just kind of like slowly heating it with oil, I feel like it being fresh just has more flavor than dried, so you've just got to scale the amount you use proportionally. But I don't know, if I'm making like a lazy bolognese or something, outside of scaling down the amount a smidgen, I feel like it doesn't change it too much. But now I want bolognese as well. I think the answer is that I'm gonna have a second dinner today. Wait, I have snack. I have some raspberries. Because I had the power issues last week, I managed to fix my old mini fridge and get it working, and now every now and then I suddenly remember that I have access to a fridge in my room, and so I'm very excited about having like a cold beverage or being able to keep fruit in my little study section and not have to meander down to the kitchen to get anything. Lazy mouse. But also lots of stairs. Lots of stairs. Okay, we have some raspberries. Cooking is fun. It is. But I do detest doing the dishes. I'm generally quite good at like keeping things tidy and organized, but I'm really not the best at doing the dishes specifically. There's just something about the experience of me cooking food, eating it, and then I eat very slowly and I eat perpetually watching YouTube video essays. And so I'll spend like an hour and a half eating normally. I know that's a bit excessive, but I think it just suits my own like digestion best. I don't like eating food when it's hot because it gives me tummy ache. I don't know why, but it's just always been the case, even since I was a small mouse. And so I tend to eat my food once it's cooled down, unless it's a food that's texture really deteriorates as it's cool. And so by the time that's all done, you return to the kitchen, and because it has been more than 10 minutes since being used, all of the food has just cemented itself onto every single cooking implement because it dried. And so unless I remember to put everything in like warm water with a little bit of soap, dishwashing soap, I feel like there's a single word to describe that, but I've not got it within my brain at present. Unless you just put it in hot water with soap immediately after using it, the dishwasher will not prevail, and then you have to wash it manually yourself. And detergent sink? Not the sink per se, it's like fairy liquid. Is it just cleaning liquid? I feel like that's a broad term. Detergent might be right. I would associate detergent more with laundry machine rather than dishwashing. Did I say washing machine before? I always think the washing machine should be in regards to the dishwasher, because you use the dishwasher to wash more often than you use the clothes washer to wash. And it's not like the phrase washing machine has the word clothes in it. Sure, dishwasher has the specification, but I feel strange for the item with the more broader name to be the one that's used less often. I've been getting them wrong for so long. I'm trying to claim it's a linguistic issue and not a me issue. Okay. Dishes are evil though? Or clean the entire house with a smile of the dishes? Yeah! The amount of times I've decided to reorder a bookshelf to try and procrastinate doing the dishes. It happens like once a week, I'm gonna be honest. It's not my forte. Me and my friends are starting doing a weekly thing where we cook the same meal in a call together. Wait, that's so fun! One person leads the recipe because it's their thing. Last week I had Japanese beef curry. This week is leading on carbonara. I wanna steal and copy that. That sounds so fun. That does sound pretty good. I'm trying to scheme of who I could kind of group together to do something like that, because I don't know, I love stuff like that. I feel like with the absence of the spaces and the infrastructure that encourages increasingly brief and surface level interactions, building habits where you get to spend time within community is nice and good. I do that with me, myself, and I. I mean, I do that with just like watching a YouTube video. I love Ondo and Plan D. I don't know what the category would be. I think the name for it in Korean translates to like slow living, but I feel like that has different connotations in English. It's kind of just day in the life content, but without the kind of hustle grind culture that you can often get within it. It brings people together. Yeah, especially if, I don't know if it's necessarily the case, but even depending, people can have very different knowledge of areas of foods, be it just there's a recipe that they grew up making. I have a near religious knowledge of Delia Smith cookbooks. If it's kind of cultural food that other people may not know, getting the chance to share that with friends is very nice, I think. It's cool because even though I'm a very competent chef and he is, our specialties are very different. We get to learn new things from each other. Right? That does sound really good. I'm thinking about a lot of my friends, and some of them are good cooks, but some of them are fire hazards, and so it makes me a little nervous. It brings people together? Absolutely, absolutely. The power of being enthusiastic about different forms of carbohydrates. Rah. Okay. I want a second dinner. Do I have utility for a second dinner? I went to the gym before stream. It's why I was a minute late. I don't know if I normally start 5 minutes early, but I started, so the like countdown timer ends at 7, whereas this time I started at 1 minute past 7. So arguably I was 6 minutes late, but I would like to say I was 1 minute late. It was because I went to the gym between work and stream, and I picked up Greg's on the way home, and enough to eat because I had dinner before since it was leg day, so I don't mind if I'm not doing like cardio or big movement to eat before working out. But anyway, I picked up a Greg's sausage roll that I was planning to have for lunch tomorrow, And I think it's not gonna make it to lunch. I think I'm gonna eat after stream. Well, that's okay. I'll have to make a sandwich tomorrow. Oh, there's crime and reminiscence. Sorry. You're the strongest person who's ever met. I'm very good at staying on task. If you ask me, better say yes or no. We'll get together for tonight's family dinner. You say it's a family dinner, but it's usually more of a band concert? Hey, we might not be the strongest familiar, but you can't beat our sense of camaraderie. Besides, you joined in the jam sessions plenty of times. They play music together. Sorry, everyone really gets along with you, you know? We can talk about this when I'm free. That's what you said last time. I'm going now. Oh no! A smidgen of holding people at arm's length, maybe a smidgen too much. I turned down his kind invitation, but as I walked home, my heart was filled with some nameless emotion. One I have never felt before. That night, I lay on my bed, tossing and turning. I got no sleep at all. Before the sun rose, I had packed all my things. Who would come looking here? Mary, there's been a situation with the boss, and he wants you to take some of the heat? But I already decided to. We've made arrangements with the prison. They're waiting for you downstairs. Here's your payment. If you don't think this is enough, we can always add some more. Maybe. I'm not particularly familiar with how mobs work, but turning up at someone's door and being like, hey, you've been decided to take the allotted prison time for this week's mess up feels like the structure that would not incentivize people to join. Wait, what's gone into you today? Say something. This is how it's always been, yeah? This is the deal. We pay up, you do the job. Come on, get going. We'll find a way to get your sentence down to 6 months. It's no time at all. You'd be out before you know it. That's quite a bit of time. Think how much further behind on the Arknights story I would be in 6 months' time. Are you kidding me? As a hired hand, it's not uncommon at all to have to be the fall guy. I know my way around life in prison. But just this one time, this one single time, I suffered like nothing else. For 6 months, there wasn't a single moment that I wasn't thinking of getting out, of returning to the familiar, to their band's parties. I'd found myself where I belonged. But weren't you packing to run away, or did I misinterpret that? Was it packing to participate and move in? But I never thought it would end like this. The Don's dead. Everyone's dead. We had hundreds of people, and now it's just our dozen left. We busted our ass moving from Colombia to this stupid place, but we had to go and get everyone killed. What happened in these 6 months? I don't know. The only thing I do know is that, once again, I've lost my home. I feel like saying, oh yeah, she did a job and then vanished when knowingly sent her to prison for 6 months. That doesn't sound like vanishing to me. I don't know. It's too different familiar, it's not super obvious. I'm assuming this one is post-prison and not flashbacks to the conversation from before, if that makes sense. Or... oh wait, are you saying... is it 2 different ones and that the flashbacks are also split between 2? The one who turned around and are trying to get her, and the one who she did the band practice with? I fear that it is in fact not very clear. Maybe they could have done like a colour filter to give them different coloured suits or something. I was confused too, but I think she was asked by another familiar that hired her. I got after the fact. Okay. I'm just gonna be a bit confused and read through and hope by the end of the chapter it makes sense. Umi, you've done a lot for me. A great personal risk to yourself. You've earned a position for me. How many people want her to join their gang? Oh my gosh. I permit you to join my familiar. No, I've always been a lone agent. I won't be joining any familiar. Because you don't want to? Or because you can't? Oh? I'm not like those ruffians who go about calling themselves Don or Mary. Over half my life I've been here, wrangling with the big familiar. They're tricky, they're sly. No, never once left this poker table. You want me to get you a table with bigger stakes? Clever girl. Okay. So, I'm once again confused about the parallel organizations. I am assuming there are potentially up to 3 entities. There is the familiar that she worked with for a long time, who then seemingly tried to mug her when she got out of prison, who lost many of their numbers, and one of whom is now with I forgot her name. I don't get to know her name, never mind. There. I think you're starting to witness what I mean when I said my brain was too scuffed to stream on Monday. Oh, my brain cells. Okay. Never mind. So that's one grouped entity. Then there's the flashbacks to the past, which is one of the groups that she was working with. And then there is, which I assume are grouped in with the same person as the starting element. Then there is a separate employer, potentially, who asked her to go to prison and take the fall for something for 6 months, who may or may not be affiliated with the first group who she was previously getting close with. And then there is the third group that she is now interacting with who want her to join. In my mind, those are the 3 groups. It might be that the last 2 are the same. It might be that the first 2 are the same. They need to be wearing different colored bow ties or something. I'm not the sharpest. I've not got the pointiest tail at the event today, but I feel like it's a bit ambiguous. I'm still confused by this. Yeah. I suppose since they're existing NPC assets, it's awkward to distinguish them. But you could lay a top hat on them. They don't really do that with NPCs, do they? You could do something. This is separate from making a deal. I need to do a lot more thinking when it comes to joining a familiar. The only thing I need to consider in a deal is the money on offer. If I'm going to be part of a familiar, I need to consider the character of its leader. Bold thing to say it to its leader. Hehehehe. I know I don't have the best reputation, but that's precisely what we have in common, isn't it? Hey, is anyone willing to take you in, aside from me? Sukusia is a dangerous place. All you'll find under the banner of the familiar or on there are conspiracies and schemes. How long since you had a peaceful night's sleep? Lying on your cardboard boxes, dagger in hand, in case anyone tries to sneak upon you. A lone wolf finally finds a home. A return to the pack, a restoration of rank and reputation. Or amidst death in the wind, your corpse quartered by hungry beasts? to your choice. I'm guessing this is not the flashback to the friendship group. Boss, she's let some suspect folks here. Oh, hello, Sakiko. Sakiko's hands are shackled behind her. She cannot move them an inch. Well, that's not ideal. There was another. He managed to run. We're sending boys after him now. Do you know this, Nirina? Amiri? I don't. Oh, I forget they don't recognize each other in the dreams. Oh, dear. Oh, heck, Leo, thank you so much for subscribing for 29 months. Holy moly, the passage of time. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy whatever you get at the library this month. How you doing? Why do you have that emote? Why? Why? That one too. Why? Oh, damn. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. How have you been? Cake? Is that one? Oh wait, it's a patissiere, not bakery. Shouldn't... I suppose patissières can make cakes. I don't know enough about bread. I don't know enough about bread to make this argument. I swear. Yeah. Don't you recall that we had some old debts to settle? She seems to be holding something against you. I'll give you time. I'll give you space, Amiri. You handle this yourself. I already said I don't know her. This is your final test before you join my familiar. This time, better not try and fake the scene with blood bags. Interesting. I'm assuming she faked a hit she was hired to do then? Oh! Where did Sakiko get a sword from? That's a nice sword! Where did she get a sword from? But also, where did she get a sword from? Can I also get a sword from there? That is a very nice handguard. It's very intricate. I'm sure it's not the most practical, but I mean, I'm not intending to get in sword fights. I just want to be the kind of mouse that has swords on the wall, you know? Maybe like a battle axe up there as well. next to all the history books in the library, it's thematic decoration. Okay. The cute girls are fighting. Sakiko and Miri are left alone in the whole alleyway. We both know there are people invested in how the deal ends. Oh, I'll be honest, I say. Amiri knows the boss is watching. Sakiko knows Morpheus is watching too. I don't have anything against you. Why are you trying to get killed? I'm here to bring you back. Bring me back? Not back to the billiards room, but back to the place you're meant to be. I don't understand what you're talking about. Even so, I have to pull you out of this. I cannot allow you to throw away your life in this manner. The boss sent his underlings to stab Francis's... saying that wrong. Francis's? We're gonna go with the people in the back. Small mouse with big axe is particularly high quality mood. I just want to own a sword, you know. I own a wooden sword that I started doing additional decorations to, so it doesn't look like a wooden sword anymore. Nowhere near like a point, but it's got clay on it, and then I painted it. Well, I used like spray paint on it, and I used like bits of leather on the handguard, so it didn't need to be the same texture. But yeah, I don't know. More swords. Evil mouse arc for it's to point at the people who don't return books, and just like you gesture from the person to the overdue book box on the library like entrance desk, and then you gesture back, and then they return the books, right? I think it'd be a good investment. No buying a new monitor, I'm gonna buy a sword, I've convinced myself. Sorry. I hardly believe that the man who stabbed you in the back would grant you the home you wish for. But, exploited like a piece, sacrificed like a pawn, again and again, is this really the life you want? Is this the trust you so desire? In all this time you spent here, not once have you wanted to hurt a single soul. Just a moment ago, I saw your case inside. Your base is in there, isn't it? You never needed to suffer like this, Amiri. Amiri, let's get out of here. Together. This is a much better plan than jumping out of a window. I will say, I'm a smidgen confused about where Yami is within this. Is she just hopped from one dream to another? Denia, the next king of sarcasm. I was gonna say the news just in Zalek heir to Sarkaz throne, but I suppose we've had a bunny heir, so it's not too surprising maybe. The fact that this doesn't have a stage symbol bamboozled me for a solid second. I am once again very awake. Chapter 4! Guest room maze? None of the doors are marked. The layout of every room is identical. Losing's one way is torturous for the guests, but to the enjoyment of the host. I'm assuming we're gonna swap to another member now? Let's see. I take my most fragile memories and wrap them up tight, until another soul is left who knows. But as I shout until my voice is raw, is there any hope of making her hear me? I do not fear sorrow. We're on a boat! Sorry. After enduring the rocking of the boat, stepping onto the solid ground finally brings Sakiko in a sense of reassurance. We're off the boat. Appreciate you chatting with me, young miss. Miss Island's one hell of a trip from the mainland. Why, if only I had the surface of the water for company, I'd go mad from boredom. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I rather enjoyed hearing your tales of the sea. Reminds me, you don't dress like a local. What brings you to this podunk little island? I'm looking for someone. Is she a local? I don't imagine so. Mighty strange then. This island's all people who want to get off it. Never heard of anyone wanting to come over. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if she's here or not. All she had in her hand is a ticket to the island. Even if it does turn out to be a prank on Morpheus's part, she had no other choice. It'd be fine. With a few people on the island, you'll be done asking if anyone's seen her in no time. Yes. But one thing, doesn't matter if you find her or not, you have to be back here by noon. Not many boats come this way. If you miss this one when it leaves, you'll be stuck until the next month! But it's nearly... Sorry, not much I can do. I can wait for your son, but it's not safe on the seas at night. We need to go back to the mainland before sundown. This island has bad tidal shenanigans. No wonder people are trying to get off her. Right, I'll be going now then. Yum 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 yum. I can hear you. Do we me? I just want to do it again, further away. Were you unable to hear it? Yes, I didn't hear anything just now. Let me get the blindfold off you first. Oh, what's going on here? Aya! How are my results? I hate to say this, but compared to last time, it seems the range I can hear has gotten even smaller. Everyone here is cute, I'm having a great time. Kumasumi? Did I just miss the new character having a maid costume, or am I going mad? Because this is Kumasumi, this is from the 5-star from the event, right? In her Arknights skin? Was her skin a maid costume? How did I not notice? Or is this when they get an outfit but only for the event, and that's cool and unusual? Aya plus maid, but then you're still a nerd. the marketing to me. Wait. What are the chances do you think we could get? Either of, I won't be greedy, Nil or Hoshigumo in a maid outfit. It's not 0. It's not like a high percentage chance, but like more than 5%. I feel like especially for now. Though Hoshigumo has just got a new altar, so she's probably gonna get some cool skins for that one. That's her NPC skin. Her actual skin is a black frilly dress. I was gonna say I thought she was wearing black originally, but I got thrown off by the outfit. Oh my gosh, I need to be more attentive. There's maids I'm missing out on. I hate to say this, but compared to last time, it seems like the range I can hear has gotten even smaller. I see. Okay, I understand. I'll be more aware of environmental conditions on my future surveys. Aya, you should cherish your personal safety more. How long have you been on this island? I arrived 2 months ago. Your hearing is getting worse, but we don't have a formal doctor here who can help you. There should be a boat at the dock today. I'll pack your luggage for you, and then you can set off home. I can't. I still have one strand of data to collect from the volcano here. But your health. Before I came here, I had a doctor of Rhode Island give me a healing assessment. My situation isn't very optimistic. I did promise I'd be back within 3 months. She knows how important my volcanology research is to me, so she agreed to me coming here in the end. I love volcanoes, Mujica. Just opening line, I love volcanoes. Just as much as you love the stars. It wasn't the very first time we met upon a mountain that night, when I got lost and stumbled upon you watching the stars. Next time you head up to Surf Day, remember to call me along. I'm quite invested in their friendship. Can Aya come with them too from the team? It can be a squad trip out. Yes, of course. The weather's so fine this morning. Mujica, could you sing a song for me? Something that could go perfectly with the weather like this, while we gaze out at the volcanoes and the sea far away? Alright, I'll come in a little closer. Mika knows the gap between the two of them. She sees Aya's little ears perk up, the hearing aids visible inside. Aya is very cute. I want her to have the best of everything in this world. Carl's got a mirrored skin, but you needed to get this S3 anime pack in game. So, I don't have a copy of Carl's It. Fun fact. But when I do, she's gonna be in a maid outfit. I'm very financially responsible. I know when people say that I play gacha games, it's normally a bit, but I Sometimes the scary woman wears a maid costume. It's fine. It's fine. I get this is a reward for being the one VTuber who doesn't inadvertently or otherwise do tax fraud. This is my treat for myself for correctly filing my taxes. I bought a croissant skin for $80. What skin was £80? I thought they were ripping me off with, I think, £25 for the Calcid skin, or was it 35? It was kind of steep. I remember being indignant that I paid, I think, £8 back in the day for the Sanrio collab one for Golden Glow, or for the background, I think it was. Yeah. The shipment from China via the official store is insane. Oh yeah, I really want to get the law book and the art book, but I put some things in my cart to check out, and when I had a look, the shipping was gonna cost another £25 or £30. And I understand that logistically moving things around the world is very difficult, and so I understand why that cost is there. But also, ooh. Ooh. I'm considering, I know quite a few people in the UK who have become addicted to Enfield, and so I'm just like, can future Denia scheme to do a group order from the store and then split it so we don't have to we can split up the shipping fee. It was the croissant plus extra KFC skin bundle with the camping gear? Wild, the shipment was more than half of that? Wait, as in for a figure, an Android swappable outfit? Or... I was gonna get the law book too, but paying for the shipping again? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait a while. The shipping hurts for sure. It's always the case with, especially for a lot of the kind of larger VTuber corpos that are all based in Japan. Buying the standees from them, it'd be like £6 or £7 per standee, and then the shipping would be £15. And so I would end up always getting 5 or 6 at once. Or just waiting until there was a specific limited event or a collab on. In-game, the KFC Global got messed up. You had to buy them from the online store? Wait, that's so confusing. I'm just... If you see me looking off and up to the right, that's the shelf I have with... Wait, I haven't been excited about this online! I haven't opened it yet, but I got the parcel today for, you may or may know this, but number 1 cool cockroach Matara Khan has a U2's figure, and mine arrived in the post today, or at least I got a box with U2's labeling on it, and so I'm assuming it is, but I was waiting until after work to open it so I could give it my full attention, and I haven't got around to it, so she will join Cinnamon Roll Miku as being my second figure and going on my shelf. Yeah. I think... Wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, there's less martyrs than I realized. Okay. I think it's because whenever there was the Mint and Martyr Summer Special martyrs, I was counting them both as counting towards her. Anyway, slowly she'll outnumber all the other VTubers. Slowly. There's one there from another lifetime ago that I wasn't sure where to count on the tally. I got so many standees over the last few years when I went to cons. Oh my gosh. There's the little pummel. I'm so glad that I managed to get some of the ones from when there was the Cinnamon Roll collab. I got the Pumu and Icon. Oh, very cute. They're on my little desk right in front of me. But anyway. I feel so old whenever I talk about the VTubers that I watched for a long time or who I'm a fan of, because Most of them have graduated. The suffering effects of being an older mouse, but it's okay. Cool new VTubers appear. We shall continue. I was only gonna get croissant, but the shipping was insane. I got extra of that. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes when you see something that feels bad in the way that shipping costs do, it's very easy to sit there and think that this is something that's being done like by a company to I'm losing my voice, to like nickel and dime the consumer. But I feel like with shipping costs there is such logistical difficulty there, and there's also so many inattentive shipping companies that if you want it doing well it's gonna cost more. And so I'm not happy about it, but it's a cost that feels reasonable, even if I'm really quite grumpy about it. But yeah, my voice is going. I'm gonna have a big drink 1 second. Twitch in now seconds? Wait, I thought I still had 30 seconds. Oh, while yapping our tea break, I might run to grab some more honey and lemon water from the fridge. I was drinking it today because I was losing my voice at the start of the week when I was more under the weather. But, okay. I have sit-ups. Okay, once we escape from the advertisements, Thinky and Tuxie will be having a mini workout. But in the meantime, advertisements are about to start. This is the perfect time to grab a drink, grab a snack, and then be back here because then we can all work out together. Yeah? Yeah, okay. You have the little deniers to keep you company, and I will return in 2 minutes with additional beverage. Okay. See you then. Go grab a drink. Maybe grab some fruit. Okay, no more dilly-dallying. I was speedy. Okay. How are we doing? Are we... I am in need of my beverage. Okay, let me drink real quick. I should be decreasing the hydrate debt. There we go. I am once again scamming myself out of extra having to drink water. Really not acting in my own best interest there at all. Okay. I feel like I should leave the AFK deniers up to indicate the no game content is being missed, you know? Thank you for the hydrate tonics. Okay. I have 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. I think the squat's gonna be worse than sit-ups because I did leg day today. Oh, the squats are gonna be tough. Okay. The sit-ups will be fine. I'm gonna brace myself, but I can do it because I am muscular mouse. One day I will be even more muscular now, mouse, but in the meantime I'm moderately muscular mouse. I've started rhyming and I'm quite enjoying it. That's the wrong thing to be invisible. Okay, there's all the dinyas. Let me start working out now. Okay, okay. So, we have 10 sit-ups. Yeah, let's do all the sit-ups. Easy part first. Maximize the suffering for the end. Aye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I did the thing because I have my hair's really quite long, where I was like slightly sitting on the ponytail I have some of my hair in, and so that was adding a bit of additional logistical difficulty to the sit-ups, but okay. Let me observe the screen. Have I been kidnapped with extra workouts? No, I haven't. Okay, let's go. 10 squats, 10 squats. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I'm walking into everything. Apologies if it's quite loud. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, my legs hurt. 8, 9, 10. I tried to do the thing where I've been gradually increasing the number of reps and the sets that I do for a lot of the weighted squat exercises, and I try to do I've been trying to work up to doing 3 clean sets of 12, and I did them today, and I am suffering for it. Okay, this is fine. I just need to like. I did the thing where I finished and then I sat down. So, okay, a plate mouse. Let me get back to my desk chair of worldly comforts. Okay. Oh, I almost knocked the wire of doom. Let us return to the maid and the goat. Leg day is tomorrow, and it's raising weight time. I can feel my legs giving up on me in 2 days. Oh, good luck, best good luck. Wait, in 2 days? Okay, I will. If you don't make it to Friday or Saturday streams, I'll assume it's because your legs didn't carry you to the computer. Oh no. I raised the weights for some of the exercises, but it's gonna sound a little strange, but my shoulders are too weak to raise a lot of the exercises much higher, because you can do them on like using weights on a bar and shoulder rather than handheld weights, but for some squats it's really awkward unless you do with a handheld weight, and I just don't have the upper body strength. Like my legs are fine squatting that amount, but holding onto the weight is this difficult part. Okay. One could say that maybe that means more upper body workout and less leg day, but I simply ignore. Shoulder exercises are very rough on the start. Yeah, I've had some, nothing like really bad, but I have like a slightly dodgy shoulder, and so it's very difficult for me. I think it's mostly just that I don't have a huge amount of muscle, but no, all my muscles in my legs and not my brain today, but sometimes my brain. Never in the shoulders though. Not yet in the shoulders. Future muscle mouse. We got this. Okay, so I like the practical pocket. I'm a big fan of practical pockets. Wait! I want to do a tier list of how practical Arknights operators' pockets are. Because some of those outfits, they do not have pockets. But some of the outfits, they have like 20 pockets with a lot of the mercenary style sarcas. I feel like that could be a good like bell curve. You know? Okay. You can grab. Oh! They've gone all close. You can grab. Yuki narrows the gap between the two of them. She sees Aya's little ears pick up the hearing aids still visible inside. Ooh. As I paint the twisted sky, I think I wish you'd, without wings, just fall. I did something sacred. Tonight become my myth. I don't know if you heard it because the background music's quite low, but the little sound effects of Aya applauding were very cute. That was beautiful. Thanks. I love the song. I don't think I've heard it elsewhere. Is it a local song? I don't know either. It's probably just something I've heard before, and it's just stuck in my memory. I'm assuming that's the lines from one of the group songs in Mygo. Wait, is it Mygo or Bango or My Dream? Naming convention difficult. But Mujica, you look so sad right now. Oh no, the little crying face. I recognize those craters from the sheep event. Sorry, I'm still locked in eternal conflict with elemental beings. Mika Misumi? John, you ever heard that name? Don't recall. Sounds like someone not from the island. Could I trouble you to keep thinking it over, sir? I heard from an old woman nearby that you're the most social person on this island, and you know more people than anyone else. I'm sure something you know could serve as a lead. How many people on this island, though? If none of us have heard the name, it must be a newcomer, right? Hey, wait, wasn't there some talk about a weirdo living in the villa on the volcano's backside? I think there was someone there, yeah. Can't quite remember her name, but I want to say she's the only one you could be looking for. Where is she right now? Follow the road circling this island north for 20 kilometers. Once you reach the back of the mountain, you'll see the villa. Big yawn, apologies. Alright, 20 kilometers. That should be about an hour and a half by car. Oh, we don't have cars here. You don't have cars? Didn't you realize when you came here? We don't have cars. But the roads are clearly well maintained. We want to attract tourists to the island. We fixed everything up. Nobody came. We just ended up even more broke. If you're in a hurry, Missy, borrow this here's bike. That's not the prettiest shape, but there's some use in it still. If you pedal hard, you should make it in about 2 hours. Aww. Akiko looks at the old bicycle behind the old man. Its frame is shabby and worn out, nearly denuded of paint. Everything about it screams scrap heap. Good luck. Been a long time since you saw any new faces here. Hope you find what you're looking for. Oh, and enjoy your time on the island. Thank you, sir. If you'll excuse me then. 2 hours and on to cardio? I feel like in this weather it's gotta be pretty warm if you're on like a tropical island. Seems pretty tropical. Feel me? Wait. I'm thinking about the notion of an island in Arknights, because I'm not familiar with having gone to an island before. There were peninsulas. There was like the peninsula that the So Long Adele event was on, but an outright island? I thought the landmass on Terra was a supercontinent all in one space, and everything not in the supercontinent was ominous ocean-related issues? This is the first time I've ever seen an island. I had the same thought. Interesting. It doesn't seem like something that would... Oh heck, Sans, thank you so much for subscribing for 22 months. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy whatever book you get at the library this month. Thank you, thank you. Apple pie donut? If that's a food that exists, I am now craving it. If that is a random combination of words, it should become a food. That would be very good. You get the nice little apple pie filling, and then you get the little crumbles of the pastry on the top. Oh, I want apple pie donut. How do I acquire apple pie donut? My local donut store sells it. You don't suppose they ship to Eternal Trees and libraries within the sublocale, do you? It's been almost 2 years since Dinya played War Thunder. Ah, yeah. I keep getting, I don't know what it is, but a lot of the slightly random YouTubers I watch, like video essayists or educational people, keep getting sponsored by War Thunder recently. I feel like it's a sign from the universe. I still need to do the stream where I assign every tank to an animal. I was onto a pretty good start. Like a hot jam donut but with apple pie filling? Yeah, okay, that does sound incredible. More. War Thunder's calling Denya's name like a siren. That is being a coordinated advertisement bombardment? I don't know. I wanted to make it a War Thunder adjacent word. There's something going on. Is there a new patch or something that has happened recently to explain all of the advertisements? I'm yawning, I'm very sorry. Quite sleepy. The look of shock on Denya face and hungry that showed. I'm so excited to have the sausage roll I was planning to have for lunch tomorrow after stream. I'm so excited. Oh hi Nyoho, thank you for the look. I hope you're having a good day. Thank you, thank you. There's a patch last month. Oh, that makes a little bit of sense. I'm always like 2 to 3 weeks behind watching video upload unless it's Atriarch. Big A daily videos got me for waking up and eating my breakfast. Is there a new tank leak, I wonder? The little counter on days since War Thunder forums leaked confidential records. I just assume they keep it at 0. I don't think they bother updating it. Hell yeah, sausage rolls? Precisely, precisely. I don't know if it's one of those things where it's only happening in my periphery and therefore it seems to be a huge thing, but there's been a big like Twitter trend of people talking about British VTubers, and I think it's all accumulated in Greg's discussion, as all things do. There was the process where everything turned into a crab, and there was the process where all conversations lead to Greg's. Nobody has gotten into an argument about something lately? That sounds unlikely for the internet, but I'd be very happy if it's true, I think. That sounds relatively optimistic. Okay. Unintended cardio, let's go. Sekiko places a foot lightly on the pedal. As long as the spike can move. No problem. Yawning once again. I'm having some energy drink. It's only 9 PM. I can do it. I can do it. Okay. Oh, thank you for the heightened sounds. That's the indicator for more caffeine. Okay, that's enough. Careful there, you're heading straight downhill. The warning comes a little too late. The girl and the dilapidated bike are already careening out of control as they shoot down the slope. Ah! That wasn't that funny. Don't ask me what that was or how to replicate it. I've got no clue. We just moved faster. She really is far too funny. Obvious. I think that was a bit overboard. I like this fellow. Caffeine for the caffeinated mouse. Caffeine for the caffeinated mouse. Shut it. He's the one who agreed to the bet. I'm just abiding by our terms. I'll find a weak spot, I'm telling you. Once I do, I'll spin her a dream from which she'll never wake. She'll learn. I am the caster of dreams, most talented dream spinner. There's no way that Iris could be better than me. A classical sentence structure that you often fall into when you are very confident within your abilities. Okay. Oh, the sun, my enemy. The sun's nearly overhead. There's not much shade under the trees. It's getting rather hot now. My residence is close by. Why don't we go there and sit down? This is a fancy residence! Oh, wow, it really is much cooler the moment you stepped inside. The living room's so big. It must get cold in the winter, right? The house warms up very quickly if I light the fireplace. The one over there. See? When I'm by myself, a little heater by the sofa is enough. Heat the person, not the room. Very sensible. Wow. I had no idea you were so well off. I think you're misunderstanding. I'm not an heiress or anything. I'm just the housekeeper here. Am I going to disturb the owner? No, don't worry. I'm the only one here right now. Do you know this place? She hasn't been back for a very long time. It sounds like you really miss her. Yes. Our relationship might be a bit more special than master and servant. She was the first one to see me as I am. The first one to ever make friends with me. She loved playing the piano. I would sit next to her and sing along. At first we were happy. So very happy. But then why did she leave? Why would she leave this island, her home? Why indeed. Maybe, just maybe, it was only me who wanted to stay here. Oh wait! Sakiko must be numing for the visual effects, holy moly! The bicycle creaking grows ever more shrill. Oh, she's still falling down a cliff. And Sakiko's balance is increasingly precarious. Matters aren't helped by her waning stamina. Ah! At a sharp turn, the bicycle flies completely out of control. And Sakiko's inertia sees her abruptly tumble away. Ugh. She pulls her body up, gritting her teeth through the pain. With great effort, she lifts her head to look to her destination. At the foot of the distant mountain, she sees the vague outline of a house. As she stares at it, countless unfamiliar memories flood into her mind out of nowhere. That's Kia's dream. Sakiko and her played there as children. When they grew up, they lived together. These are all parts of Yuki's dream? Wow, you did see it? Yes? Oh, all the sweet dreams I spun for her. But this Yuki girl, her biggest wish was to be with you. Problem. At the end of each dream, she's all alone. They always vanish suddenly. Sakiko Toga, you're a cruel, cruel person. Cruel? Didn't the pest give you the whole sermon? Dreams are the truest thoughts of the heart's depths, and in the heart of Ukiyo Misumi, well, the more she longs to be with you, the less she can touch you. You can weave a tiny little uninhabited isle just for the two of you, and yet all she can do is experience the pain of losing what she gains again and again and again. A little happiness of hers is doomed to slip through her fingers like sand. Tut tut, what kind of heart holds such despair that even dreams can't cure it? Am I correct in understanding that I assume there's a popular ship between these two? I'm just gonna hazard a guess that there might be material to support this. Aww. Yukiya, I'm gonna pull you out of this nightmare. You really? You really? Now that's something I'd love to see. But look at the helpless, raging humiliation all over your face. That's it. What the heck were those noises? Oh heck, Starvey, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the livey. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome, welcome. Morpheus cackles with wild abandon. A faraway boot sounds its horn. But it's about time to return to the mainland. Yukiya is obsessed, so yes. Okay. Wait, so when she appeared and everyone was like, whoa, best girl, it's because she's the like, slightly yandere one? Or is it more like a... I was gonna say chill obsession, but I don't know how that would work. Oh, dog! Sleep companion beast? No! I don't... How much sanity do they expect me to have? And with nervous impairment? Uh-oh.
あなたたちのことは誰にも傷つけさせないわ。ここは私が何とかするから。
Concerning.
帰らずに早く行って。
Okay. Once again concerned. So, I feel like I got Flametail down as soon as I could. It's carrying a unit, so it will reduce life points. So my best bet would be Surfer here. Flametail here. But the nervous impairment's gonna beat whoever I put down's butt. Maybe I should... Okay. Maybe I should swap Surfer to being on S1 so I've got the faster immediate damage. And put Scavenger down for the other line? Oh, let me swap out Shaw for Scavenger. Swap Surfer back to S1. Try this. Oh, do I strategically drop gravel so that the ominous dog drops the spider and then retreat gravel before they can be defeated so they can't put them in their bag? Oh! You put them down! This smidgen confusing. I'm gonna experience other problems in a second. The second is coming faster. The first one isn't carrying anything when it enters the blue box. Can it only carry things a certain distance? How did that happen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. I am very, very glad that I have honeyberry in my niche. I am very, very glad that I have honeyberry in my niche. I'm not sure why you've fallen asleep again, but I'm not gonna question it. There isn't a tile where I can get honeyberry to cover everyone. So I'm just gonna go for covering this side, I think. And assume the Lutendarder can tank the nervous impairment? Don't love that. In case the dog drops down in a parallel position. I don't know where to pull in. I'm gonna pull in here. I wish I had one over this girl. But you know. Past mouse. The decisions. Ooh. I think the Flametail should be able to beat up this man. I'm a smidgen more concerned about the other side. And I should have used more explosives. Oh, this concerns me now. This concerns me. I am very alarmed about the developments in society. I'm gonna put Contrail here as the last stand. When did I put Lutendarder down back there? I feel silly, but I just don't remember her placing her there. Get wrecked. Okay. I don't know what to say. The dog picked her up. What the heck? Is the strat to retreat all the operators so they don't try and pick anyone up? That feels like the coward's way out, so I'm gonna fight all the dogs. The opposite of me doing the COB event. Okay, we made it. The dogs done turned up to that? Yeah, I forgot they got picked up. I just thought the nervous impairment, then a status effect spooky got insta knocked out somehow. Okay. On the stage with SS8 probably? Okay, I'm kinda scared to see what the EX version. I know it's not. They're not like strict harder interpretations, but I'm a smidgen more scared of the EX stages now. I could see ways that it becomes that it would decrease my sanity. Quite a lot of decreased sanity, I fear. Okay. When you repeat something countless times over, you grow numb to it. When you repeat the same day countless times over, you fall into its cycle. It's imperceptible, inescapable. It's interminable, indefinite, impenetrable dream. Every day she wakes up from her bed in the early morn, the chirp of mountain fowl beasts. If she wishes to laze about any longer, nobody will stop her. She simply sticks her head back under the blanket. When she makes her bed, she heads back to the kitchen for a simple breakfast. A fried egg, bread, milk. I think instead of sausage roll tomorrow, I'm gonna have ooh, I'm actually gonna have like runny egg with soldiers, you know, like where you slice the bread lengthwise and you dip it into the egg. I was gonna just have like fried egg on bread, but I feel very positively about runny egg with soldiers. Okay, that's the plan. What she wants to eat, what she wants to drink, all up to her in the moment. Don't have an egg holder per se, but I feel like I should have the bric-a-brac and cognitive power to find a way to hold an egg in place. But as a kid, dipping bread in soft-boiled egg? Yeah! It's such a good food, but I think maybe because it has like a kinda childish name, people just stop having it once they grow up. But no, it's still a great food. The minefield of eggshells. To be fair, true. Especially because I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but in the UK, a lot of eggs aren't as good a quality as they used to be. Not in like a general doomer way, but in the because of some of the effects of bird flu, I believe, that have meant that they've had to change how eggs are being raised in several regions, and so they are generally not as nutritious or like healthy as they were maybe 5-10 years ago. It's been like this for 2 years or so. And I found one brand of eggs that is an unhappy amount of money for eggs, but the eggs are still really good. You get like the proper like bright orangey yellow yolk, and the shells peel off as one. They don't kind of shatter once you try and hard boil them, but they're not stocked at either of my local supermarkets, and so I have to kind of go on a quest to fetch eggs, which I'm willing to do. I'm just not always willing to do it at the frequency of which I consume eggs, so. On French toast, cinnamon happiness? I don't know if I've ever actually had French toast per se. I've had doorstop toast, and for a long time I thought that was French toast. But I've been subsequently led to believe that there's actually more complicated ingredients, and I was just having another delightful form of bread, butter, and egg. Because the one I'm used to doesn't have cinnamon. She sits by the piano, pressing a key, bringing its in-tune string to the correct pitch, little by little. After some time, however, much it is next string's turn to be tuned. By the time the final string is tuned, the first string has lost its pitch. And so it goes, again and again and again. Oh, pretty sky. Kira lies down on the summer-fed meadow and gazes up at the starry sky above. She knows that even if the positions of the stars seem no different from yesterday, in truth they're constantly shifting about. Two stars next to each other will now, after 100 million years, become incredibly distant, that even if we assign them meaning, the meaning will be lost. Just like the relationship between people. Today too, the child didn't come back. Here, on this deserted island, a dream of smoke and mirrors is built out of nothing but faint memories. Trapped in a cage of recollection, as if but a doll. Obsession and sorrow fills her body. They grow, they grow. She cannot move. I appreciate how much this girl yearns. When I talk about there's not enough yearning in media anymore, this is the yearning I'm talking about. This is the appropriate level of being down bad required for me to tolerate any romance. Okay. At first, I figured she'd had some flash of inspiration and went out for a walk. Oh no! It was only later I learned from the dockworker she'd gotten on a ship leaving the island the same day? Wait. That's messed up, Dream Sakiko. I'm mad at you. You left without telling her? I'm gonna have to have words. Why didn't you go and look for her? I've lived out days like today so many times, to the point I'm not even sure if they're real or not. I can't remember what she looks like anymore. I can't remember her name. This is where I belong. In the end, waiting here silently. Waiting for her return, or my death. There'll come a day that the well of my sorrows dries up. There'll be no more tears, no more weeping. Far-flung place nobody cares about. That's the best place I can belong. No! Girl, you're crying. That means you haven't given up yet, right? This isn't the ending you want, right? At least tell her how you feel. Face to face. Wait, do we get a confession? If I can make out what you mean, I'm sure she can too. How can you reach her if you don't show her to the top of your lungs? I can hear your voice. Me, surely she must be able to too. Although applicable in this circumstance, I'm not sure how I would evaluate this life advice in general for Maya. But with your hearing condition, I can't leave you by yourself. Don't say that. I'm a Rhodes Island operator. With all the training that entails, you don't have to worry about me. You've already done so much for me, Mujica, and by all rights, we're complete strangers. You should look deep into your heart and ask yourself, what do you really want to do right now? I want to find her. Nothing really. I can read lips, Mujica. Look, you can't escape. I can find you as you weaken. I want I want. So, I want. Yuki's awareness snaps back, only to find herself running with all her might. Her chest burns hard like never before, a sensation that leaves her lightheaded even. Stunned of her sanity asks the same question on loop. I can't remember her name, or even her face. How will I find her among all the endless people of the land? But I want to see her. I don't care what it takes. I want to see her again. I like how Misumi managed to get her own way out of the dream. I think she'd be almost there even without Sekiga's help, you know? Are they gonna run into each other? Her voice is a step ahead of her legs, flying straight for her heart. And with every ounce of power she has, she runs after her voice. That's a nice pair of sentences. Love that pair of sentences. Don't tell me they cross each other. I have. This and miscommunication is like a reason why a resolution of two characters doesn't happen. Drives me insane. Like they walked past each other in the corridor and didn't notice. Are you kidding me? I know they were both running across the desert, but I'm still indignant. Okay. Quick beverage. Wow. Akiko makes her way to the villa in one piece. It is all exactly as Morpheus showed her. Mika! The same layout, the same decorations. Even the books on the shelves are the exact same. Why? The floor is spotless? The floor is spotless. The kitchen boasts an overwhelming array of silverware and a grand dining table to seat a dozen or more. Sakiko cannot imagine Yuki living in a place like this, all by herself. It's a dream, or is it not? You could just take the painful parts and throw them away completely. I'm sure she felt this place was very important to the two of you. I'll go here to participate as a matchmaker. You must be the owner of this villa. Miss Mika just left. Where did she go? She finally recognized her own heart. She's set on finding you. I thought the boat left. You wanna get on the boat? Yes, I'd like a ticket off the island. Oh, you'd have to wait for a bit. I'm holding up for another passenger! The young lady is still not back. Hope she found who she was looking for. It's fine, I can wait. Halfway through her sentence, Yuka forces the words back down her throat. Fortunately, the boatman doesn't seem to notice. Did she not go? Wait, a young girl looking for someone? The sea's rough at night and the fog gets thick. If you didn't get sailing, I've got your safety to worry about, you know? Hey, listen to the signal tower. The guy running it once has gone already. That is very pretty. That is very pretty. I can see him up there. He's waving a flag at us. Yeah. Old booze hound needs the beer I bring him every month. Safe travels and don't forget my beer. Doesn't mind if I forget anything else, as long as I got his hooch. With this grumbling over, the boatman leaves his steps onto the boat. I will object if they miss each other. Is it gonna zoom out and she's gonna be running there? She's once again very pretty. I feel like this is gonna sound silly, but I didn't realize how luscious her tail was. This is like, of the tails that people have, the tail that would be in the terror equivalent of a L'Oreal advert, you know? I feel like volume-wise, I don't see this tail outside of Some of the Casimir Knights? I feel like it's not one you see on Palos super often. Doggos have big tails? I suppose. I choose to believe she is a golden retriever. Partially because I don't know many types of dogs. I'm always kind of bamboozled about the agility to which people can see a dog and just be like, oh, that's a cross of these 3 dogs up at the top of their head. But then I suppose people get confused when I name birds from the bird song, so just different expertise. I've got a bird song book but not a dog book in the library. The sea wind carries its horn through every corner of the island. As she looks back at the isle of countless joys and sorrows, Yukiya finds there's so much more she wants to say. Don't forget me. Couldn't have forgotten. We lived here since we were children. I trust that we will meet again. Yukiya! Oh, suffering noises. No! Yukiya! Yukiya! No! Akiko's voice is already hoarse. The waves crash on and on against the coast, but they carry no response. That's the boat, it's not that far away. The boat has already left the island. Now she is the only one here. Alone. Boo! Sorry. Morpheus, I'm unhappy for it to be morphin time. This is not. Angston. It's a collab. Surely they've gotta be cheerful. A girl who's waited day and night finally finds it in herself to set off in search of her partner. But who could foresee they'd pass like ships in the night at the last moment? Tut tut tut, such a pity. Tell you the truth, I never thought she'd choose to leave. If she'd followed the ending I laid out for her, she would have forgotten all about you and lived a blissful, carefree life. But I see now, I underestimated your influence on her. I'm a good sport. This round is a draw. Huh? That's not a satisfactory outcome. Shame, though. With the speed the boat's going at her, she'll be in a nautical pickle pretty soon. What? Making an entire island for the 2 of you is tiring enough. Well, next you want me to create the entire continent of terror so your pathetic farce can play out over and over? No. The boat's about to reach the edge of this dreamland. She'll fall into the next one. That'll be kind of fun. Sorry, sinister. Another cycle, another reset. She's bound to forget about you in the end. No, I'm going to find a way to catch her. Sorry. Out of time. She really does have 10 different faces of disgust. Akiko feels a burst of cold under her feet. Somehow seawater has crept up to her ankles. Dark clouds gather where the sea and the sky meet, punctured by rays of dazzling light. Yukiya! The water rises with a fever. Sakuya senses something dragging her down towards the abyss. Yukiya, wait for me! Boom. Cold suffocation. The water strains against her eardrums. What oxygen is left in her lungs slowly dwindles, as does the feeble light from above. Her sight blurs. Salty, bitter seawater forces its way into her mouth, in a bid to occupy the last vestiges of her consciousness. She falls and falls, down to the seabed, a place that knows no light. Lucky. A voice approaches, though she cannot tell from where. Where am I? It's calling for me. Come on, wake up! It's a familiar voice, one she's not heard in a very long time. The cold, waterlogged seabed is gone. It was never here. In its place, dry land and swirling eddies of dust. Oh? Kiko struggles to open her eyes. A pale strand of hair greets her. Really? Utsui. Becky, are you okay? Utsui? I'm here. It's interesting that Mutsumi is introduced to the dream remembering Seki, when everyone else has had to learn to remember her. Do you know what I mean? She's been hidden from the others, but not Mutsumi. I'm gonna have a brief coughing fit, sorry, 1 second. Oh, okay. I'm here. Such simple words, and yet they bring tears to Sakiko's eyes. It's no fault of the sand in the air, she knows that. For only she knows just how helpless she feels in this moment. If she speaks now, her voice will break, but she can't afford to care about that. All she can think of is to clutch at the final straw she has. Mutsumi, what do I do? Is this because it's not Mutsumi's dream, it's instead the dream that Morpheus was talking about morphin time into crafting so that she doesn't want to leave the dream for her? Is that the thingamabob? She's in her own dream now? I feel like that would be kind of early for that to happen, because I mean, I suppose we got a resolution for the first two, but that would mean you don't get to see Mutsumi's dream. Because it would feel strange to have her appearing too, you know? But I guess we're going off. Is script the word? Maybe. Let's see what happens next. Hat check, dress check. All you need is an invitation to the ball? I like the sound of that. Okay, let's go. I should really have swapped Lynn's skill before entering this. But maybe it'll be fine. We laugh together, we cry together. Oh, no. Upon this beautiful stage, we act out our violent melodrama. I do not fear death. Here, Seki, drink. My throat doesn't hurt so much now. Good. Here for you. When Billington is all dust and sand, you need water skins and goggles. Seki takes each of the items Mutsumi offers them, clutches them tightly. The swollen water skin looks fit to burst. Seki, you seem bad. Are you sick? Her little outfit is very cute. No, it's nothing. Remember me? Of course. You remember all the things we've been through? Tess knows, I remember all of it. Trying to start a sentence with just doesn't pick up. I need to figure out a setting about that. Background to, I think? Oh, this one? Interesting. I wonder if it's intended to be particularly Rim Billington-esque, because we have like a rabbit hair. But I've been to Rim Billington in a few events, and I don't know what its clear signifiers would be, other than original angst and like photographs of Potwood, the symbol of our nation, the proud nation, you know? Okay. Becky could feel she can finally relax a little. She casts her gaze around. The long, narrow mineshaft they've been following dives deep into the ground. This is a mineshaft? All the way to down here? It's damp and dark with only oil lanterns and stoves to provide feeble pinpricks of light. Space for one, only one between the bed and the dining table. Based on the number of cups on the table, Mitsumi is now living here alone. How long have you been living here? Yeah, maybe more. There's nothing complicated to think about here, and time doesn't pass that clearly. You can't sense the passing of time because you're in a dream. Mitsumi, why would you dream of this? Dream? I have something very important to tell you, Mitsumi. All of this is real. We need to... Oh, hello. Now, back already, Mitsumi-chan? Pushes in behind them and tackles Mitsumi straight down to the soft bed. Oh, you're all dusty. Get off me. Although we haven't seen each other in nearly a day, just let me hug you a bit. We have guests. This is a well-matched NPC. Is this an existing NPC? This is like the perfect family resemblance design. Rim Billingtons live in large family structures underground, traditionally. Oh, I adore that. Okay, that's very fun. Oh, if it isn't Saki-chan. I haven't come over to ours in how long now? Yami-san. Oh, no need to be so formal. Just Minami will do. Very similar to her mother in the show, made for this? Whoa! Well done, design team, of moving the costume elements without making it identical, or same motifs, but kind of... How do I express that? Anime mum proportions. Anyway, sometimes I call them that too. Can it be the case that her mother is in ill health in the canon gestures at my dream BanG? Or is it... I'm assuming it's something sinister along those lines. Oh, since when did you have such a good relationship with Minami-san? We've always had one. We're mother and daughter after all. Minami-chan, how are today's earnings? Shifts through pockets. It was hot today, so more people wanted cucumber juice. Boo! All of the library attendees hate cucumber. It's in the terms and conditions when you enter the library. I hope you understand. Everyone say boo! Cucumber. Sumi carefully opens the pouch in her hands. Within are a scant few coins. Oh, at the goal, Matsui-chan. Shifts through the pockets. Here's what I got. Cucumber, thank you. I'm glad. I appreciate the participation. The guy in charge of the Arknights loved the first half of the show. The second half was butchered and then fixed everything in this event. Wait. So, this is the Arknights writer for this event was a fan of the series that didn't like the ending, and so wrote fan fiction and made it Arknights canon. Is that what I'm getting from this? It was just like, not my true ending, alternative ending canon rewrite. I'll take the cucumber away, as we should. No cucumbers allowed in the entry. In the entry, no cucumbers allowed to enter the library. You can really tell when I'm a little bit under the weather because my dyslexia becomes so much more noticeable than usual. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going mad, but the more I read about dyslexia, the more times when I do things like that, I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. Okay. There I was for like a few decades. That sounds quite dramatic. There I was for quite a while just being like, no, I have no symptoms of dyslexia other than the fact that I just add in extra syllables sometimes. There's nothing extras going on here. Okay. The cucumber industry. Brackets, boo. Wow, you're amazing, man. Aren't they? I don't know why, but today I had a lot more people wanting their clothes mended. My dad's been working hard too, putting in a full day's work at the construction site. When I went to drop off his lunch and saw a dust-covered face and exhausted look, I gave him special permission to go for a pint after work. I'm sure by now he's down the whole punker. The top of the raft, now Saki-chan's here. You know what I think it is? Time for everyone to get there for dinner. I'm glad. Eating with everyone's really nice. Isn't it just? And today was such a good day for us. We can't go being stingy now. Oh, interesting. Was the intention that Saki would know? Did Morpheus figure it would hurt Saki more if the kind of subversion happened where she had to be like, oh no, actually my beloved Mitsumi, everything is a lie. Is that the plan? It feels like quite a big change in structural presentation for something which will cause me emotional suffering, but I don't know how I feel about the ... Saki-chan, don't be shy. You're invited too. Saki, what's wrong? No, nothing. They're clearly not a prosperous family. The bare mud walls, the dim lantern light. Why would Mitsumi's dream be like this? Life is so good! Oh my gosh. Perfect, babe. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Little angel sent from the heavens. The best rabbit to ever exist. A round of applause for Pollard. Okay. Hello, Tsui, Minami. Oh, who's this? She's a friend from childhood, Saki. Hello. She's so cute. I will protect her with my life, with all my books. I'm the Pollard #1 fan. I just want her to have a good time. I want her to be happy. Pollard not suffering. Wait, yeah. Actually, you know, this might be my favorite Pollard appearance because her canon event is it's not the most angsty Arknights event, but it did cause me particular emotional damage in the form of cute tiny rabbit who I would lay down my life to defend. Okay. collared. Hello. I came over to ask if you all wanted dinner. I made a lot tonight, and if you'd like, we can eat together. She's so sweet. Now can you really accept? The neighbors say there hasn't been smoke from your chimney for a few days now. Besides, it's been almost a month since the last party, right? Everyone really wants to see Mitsumi perform again. If that's the case, what do you think, Mitsumi-chan? I'm sure you want to see too, right, Saki? I could listen to 100 more times and still not get tired. If you don't mind, we can hold the party at ours. What a coincidence, we were just talking about inviting everyone over for dinner. Okay, what do you think? I think you should make the decision, Mitsumi. I'm okay with it. They really set Yami up at the start by having her dream be about being famous and rich. And then we have a found family story where she gets to burden all the responsibility for those around her and hopefully make their lives better, but keeps herself at a distance because she feels alone. Then we have endless searching for lost companion, and we have family structure collapse, and then there's like, woo, my new pop album about playing the drums, question mark. They kind of settle up a little bit, not gonna lie. Okay. Rowdy chatter, hearty laughs, clanking cups. The cramped house is stuffed with people, but nobody seems to mind the lack of space. Alright, time for another round. Now a warm welcome to Matsumi-chan's pal Sakiko. Hello Sakiko. Everyone turns to look at her, sitting in the corner, lifting her pint glass. Sakiko? Cheers! Cheers! With her welcomed, everyone's attention returns to the party. Sakiko leans against the wall alone, her eyes a mix of emotions as she watches it unfold. Sorry, big yawn. Sleepy mouse. The contrast and similarities with the original are great. Oh, do each of the separate stories tie in with their backstory? That's kinda cool. Thank you. Actually, I know about it all. Huh? It's all fake. Minami's being so nice to me. It's all fake. This. So, when I saw you, I knew it was time to go back. But give me a chance. A chance to say goodbye. Then we can end it. Yeah, I can sing freely. Just like everyone else. While Sakiko can even respond, Mitsumi picks up her guitar and slowly walks up to the crowd. You all ready, Mitsumi-chan? Hi everyone. I really like how her ears camouflage in with her hair. It's a very fun kind of rabbit trick. What's up, Mitsumi-chan? Something wrong? Chair, my chair. Alrighty for you. This one, yeah? The one you normally use? Mitsumi stares intently at the stool, its seat covered with deep cracks. That's it. She slowly sits down. Everyone quiets their breathing. Big yawn. Here goes. Please enjoy. Kage? Potlet! Sorry. Mutsumi and Saki are very cute in hair. But that's my rabbit! I'll defend her with my dying breath. Okay. Camouflage bunny ears, Unseal's special trick to fooling people. It took me so long. It wasn't until I think I saw one of the skins that I realized Ansel was a bunny, because I think in the standard, the like default E1 and E2 skin, or is it E1? I think Ansel's level 3, so it's E1. In the standard skin, the ears are kind of camouflage, but in the Alice in Wonderland skin, identifiable ears. Love the Alice in Wonderland skins, they're very pretty. Melody Sekiko could never forget comes to life once more in Mitsumi's dream. The same warmed him she remembered subtly soothes the hearts of all present. Mitsumi Wakaba before her is almost a stranger to Sekiko. She is no longer the Mitsumi who struggles to express herself. While her emotional expressions are not very rich, here and now she seems so happy. A heart grown numb with cold, a trembling gaze. In all the world I was alone. All I knew of spring was falling petals, and every year my feelings are brushed off with indifference. Sure, Mitsumi. Sekiko had counted less opportunities to pull Mitsumi away from her, and she's certain Mitsumi would follow if she did. But ultimately, she cannot bring herself to do it. Mitsumi is so very happy. The crowd lightly sways to the music. The full candlelight casts the shadows against the wall, like warm spring sunlight casting lifting shadows of tears. Mitsumi sits on her stool, surrounded by all. Her eyes are closed as she strums. She gently sings. Oh heck, we're being advertised to! Okay, I'll have to reread the last sentence or two, I might have missed them. I was too enthralled with the story to notice. Oh hey Adam, how are you doing? They look like long hair. Popka took me a while too. I think in my heart of hearts I knew Popka was a bunny, but I don't remember seeing their ears. I just kind of assume that if I can't tell what creature someone is, they're a berry. Which it's not like a foolproof method. But it's pretty consistent. Yeah. Okay, whilst we are being advertised to, I am going to run to the bathroom. We have 1 minute 30 seconds left. I will endeavor to be back within that time. Maybe grab a drink. If you disregarded my earlier suggestion to grab some fruit as a snack, another opportunity to grab some fruit as a snack has presented itself. So, I will be right back in 1 to 2 minutes. Okie dokie. I am marginally dizzy because I'm spinning. Look, spinning. Okie dokie. Let me put my slippers back on. I don't know why sometimes when I'm gonna get up to walk around the library, I take my slippers off. I've not been able to find the right balance of temperature recently. I don't know. Why is Dunya spinning? I'm chasing my own tail? Yeah. I'm chasing my own tail. Other option, simply whimsy. Simply whimsy. Okay. Let me remove the additional Dunyas. Okay. So, I realized that it wasn't until around 20 seconds into the advertisements that I noticed they were playing, so I'm gonna read the last 2 lines and hopefully nothing will have been missed out, okay? That is the plan. The crowd blindly sways to the music. The feeble candlelight casts their shadows against the wall, like warm spring sunlight casting lifting shadows of the trees. Mitsumi sits on her stool, surrounded by all. Her eyes are closed, and she strums. She gently sings. What's on her mind in this moment? Heartrending and endearing. Now that I'm here, now that I feel. Heartwarming and tormenting. That me who couldn't cry that day. The light gently guides me along with it. Some indiscriminable emotions cloud Sakiko's mind. Is it gratification, or a refusal to accept things? Perhaps a mix of the two. Mitsumi Wakaba, as she is now, is much happier than she is with Sakiko. She sits there, alone on her stool, earnestly singing their familiar song. Shimmering and sparkling sail through the clouds. My heart filled, it overflows. Shimmering and sparkling down my cheeks, unnoticed. Burning, scorching, wetting my skin. Your hands are very warm. To stay like this, and don't let go of my hands. This is a good time for me to mention how adorable Pollard is again. If she does not let go, then happiness Mitsumi has found her. Kiko turns and runs away in a panic. And like that, she disappears into the night. Okay, combat time.
報道は入り組んでるから、私にぴったりついてきてね。
Goes longer? Deposit you here.
やるぞ。
I don't know what path you guys follow. I'm gonna assume it is the path of causing me distress. As a generalization. Target your target. What? It's more comfortable to walk around without slippers. I think it's because I've been often taking the slippers on and off. If I take them off when I'm not on my desk, I might not be able to find them easily. And so unless it's like decidedly chilly and I know I'm gonna keep them on, if it's like a bit, it's at the in-between temperature, then I tend to take them off and leave them either by my bed or my desk. So it's gonna be easy for me to find them. I love the pincushion enemy. They're mean though. Attack increases, returns to original status after several attacks. How did they murder Dorothy? Do they have a ranged attack when the scissors glow? Shouldn't that be in the trait? What do you mean? Okay. Oh, hi Wendy. These stages are pretty mean. They've been kinda tough for this early in the event. I feel like it might be a bit silly, but I would expect event stages to not be too tough, you know? Because they'll want newer players to be brought into the game and not get beaten up by them. But they feel like they've been pretty tough by event standards, you know? Attack range expands? Oh heck. I'm going to make all of this Lynn's problem. Don't do that! I'm gonna be honest, I meant to deploy gravel there. Maybe I should have put Lynn one tile further along so she could punch that man. Gravel, you're so good at your job. Alas, I am not very good at mine. The clocks have changed? I'm not ready for that! Sorry. I'm experiencing emotions. New plan. Wait, gravel is on S1, you're right. This is what I get for... I don't know how, honestly. Let's put Lynn on S3. I don't think I can change the pace at which the moon moves. Enemies are a bit jacked. Look, that's somewhat scary. Is the week being kind? There's been kind of weeks, but I'm doing okay. Oh, 9, 10. Let's start like this. I don't think the early Dorothy actually does a huge amount, so I'm gonna go for Lynn here. And we're gonna hope for timings. Emphasis on hope, but I've not got anything else. I should have done some better logistical retreating, but that did not occur. So... The moon's about to rotate and cause me distress, isn't it? Still. Actually, I don't know if Ludendada is going to be any help here, because what flying operators is there going to be? Outside of these fellows. Wait, it's the other direction! I'm a fool! How far is their range? Uh-oh. Okay, okay. A little bit filled with fear. Just like a smidgen. Okay, I feel better about life. There's another 15 to go. Ooh. I should have deployed more explosives. Don't punch Lynn, that's not allowed. They really have too much attack. How are you defeating Lynn? That's not on. That's not how this works. I think we follow the tried and true strategy of explosives. More? Why are you sprinting so rapidly? Who told you that was an acceptable pastime? Why? Do not do this to me. What have I done to instigate such shenanigans? Do not beat up Dorothy. That's not allowed. That's strictly not allowed. Oh no. I am relying on that dodge mechanic. Holy moly. I'm scared of the EX stages. I'm just gonna be scared in advance. Okay. I'm reflecting on whether or not I think Lynn's S1 is actually going to be better here. I've changed my mind. Okay. I could see an argument for Dorothy S2 over S3. I believe. Oh dear. I'm sorry. They can kill Cora if her skill isn't top? Ouch. There's never a ranged guy in this aisle, I think. These guys only ever attack blocking units with like the strange abstraction of whatever blocking is within. Okay. Let me put Lieutenant Dada here. And we simply hope, I think? I think that's the strat. It's not necessarily a good start. Jeez Louise, okay. If I could have Has the direction swapped? Not yet, let's go again. Very sorry, Cantor. I'm hoping you'll get beaten up before. No, not quite. Oh, and now lighting's changed. Okay, that's awkward for me. Nice, okay. Well, I got that bit right. Other new problems. The star guys are fine. You are not fine. You are a menace to society. I think that's the best I got. This might be very, very irresponsible, but I'm gonna try and retweak Lynn and put her hair. Uh-oh! Gonna be honest, thought I had more time. Not feeling stellar about this development. Okay. You think your enemies are pincushions, but it's actually your ops? They're scary! What can I do? I'm trying to think about the fact that I need to be set up in the next half. I remember seeing a line in the description about how they, if they're left in the shade, they calm down eventually. But I don't feel like they're calming particularly rapidly. Or at least not at a time frame which I have the chance to benefit from. Ooh. Thank you, dodge mechanic. Thank you, dodge mechanic. Thank you, dodge mechanic. I've got to clear this now. I can't waste an opportunity like that. That was insane. Don't. Why are you walking forward so rapidly? What am I meant to do about that? Sincerely, what am I? How am I supposed to? And you change directions again? You cause me turmoil? Please don't get big scissors. Oh. I'm more concerned about this side, I think, because although there's only 2 here, and I'm not expecting Flametail to dodge again. But I kind of forgot that you only have block 1 as a defender. I'm taking that as a personal offense right now. Ooh! I'm not best pleased with the developments. I'm not pleased at all. So, I think it's kind of rude how quickly they leave the starting line on the second deployment. Other than that, the hazard. What can I do? What can I do? Maybe Uptime Lin is the better option.
目標だけ教えて。やり方に関しては聞かないでちょうだい。
I think Lin on Burst Club can take the final wave out. I think she can take a lot of them out. My concern is that she doesn't have the range to get all of them. Even if she's in this tile, she won't reach these two. But that is only a small portion of them, so I'm gonna try this instead. Okay. Gonna not deploy Dorothy straight away and save for Lin. I think I still need Lin here for the first wave, and I'm gonna have to retreat her and redeploy her. Try control here actually. I would like some more deployment points, honestly. I think that would be proportional. When did you get the power of light? Or does it have to be the tile in front, not the tile you're on? That's some nonsense. Please be enough. Oh, you have another rotation. That's relatively chill. Okay. Now that these guys have been taken out, I'm gonna retreat Lin. And I want to deploy Click somewhere. Do I have a plan? Do I have a plan? No. No, I do not. Do I have a new beaten up Click here? That's not my problem. If you're not gonna take the attack, that's not my problem. I don't know why it's working like that, but sure, I'll accept this in the interim. 16 seconds till Lin's back up, and then I think it's like 25 seconds till her first skill activation. There's the sadness that I was expecting. Okay. Okay, let's pull in here so she can start preparing for the next skill. I should probably put Scavenger down. Actually, I should have done that a while ago. I think I can do this just with explosives, as long as I don't lose my timing. Okay, one left. So, the row will be here. I can't remember the direction of the light when they come out. I think it's skewed, so the light's actually coming this way, so it's not blockable. But it could be handy to have control on, for example. I don't have a plan on how I'm dealing with these guys on this end. That could have been a good use of control. Never mind. Put her here? Yeah, okay. Reflecting on my past decisions. Okay, I feel a bit better about my decisions in life. Was that a second wave that I saw here? Or was that just an animation shenanigan? I think it was just an animation shenanigan, otherwise it would have reoccurred. Okay.
今倒れてくれたらそれ以上傷つかずに済むわ。私はあなたの影。指揮すると
I'm going quiet because I'm scared of the man with the scissors. Explosives don't affect the flying unit, do they? No. But you should get dropped soon. I think that's it. Look at the rodents go! I'm proud of them. Okay, that was kind of tough. Oh, I was so proud of beating the stage without any supports or non-Zalix. I forgot about the emotional turmoil. Okay. Ugh. Muffled noises echo through the empty cavern. Somewhere nearby, excavators continue their endless digging. The air is colder and colder. She's out of the cavern. A chill sets in, but it merely spurs on her heart to run faster. How do I face her? She cannot word it, she cannot face it. Tut tut tut, whatever will you do? Oh, tapped out by accident. Sakiko does not need to turn her head to know who it is. Now this girl's dreamland. I'm rather satisfied with her. Sweet dreams for every child are the duty of the Castle of Dreams, and I've gathered every one of her wishes. Honestly, I'm surprised how smoothly this dream runs. No, flawlessly in fact, beyond my wildest expectations. Besides, things have gotten even more interesting now, you know. You're deceiving her. No, nothing of the sort. We've had plenty of dealings, she and I. She knows fully well what I am. All seeing these results just fills my heart with joy. She knows it's all a dream, and she doesn't want to leave. Is another ray proof of my dream spinning is unmatched? Chipping in agreement. She followed! Oh, you're coming here. Now that's interesting. I'll leave you to it then. I trust you'll soon discover just how amusing this dream really is, Sakiko Togura. Sakiko, everyone's waiting for you. Let's go back. Go back? Morpheus just vanished in front of you. Aren't you the least bit surprised? No? Everything here, we imagined together. You aren't a part of us. You play guitar solo, Matsui-chan. Saki. No, Mom, where did Saki go? Saki-chan? Maybe she just went off somewhere. No, Saki would never abandon me. She's very sweet, I understand why she's people's favorite. The cheering crowd suddenly goes deathly quiet. They all stare straight at Mutsumi. Chan, you seem to have forgotten. This isn't just your dream. Our dream. Peer pressure? Truly the thing of nightmares. Us. In this dream, every Mutsumi has the chance to make her own wish come true. Together with Mutsumi-chan, we've built a sweet dream that's ours and ours alone, where everyone can dream of happiness. Chan's mind, we've seen her life countless times over. This is getting a little existential for how under the weather I am. In the end, we unanimously agreed that this is it. This is the best ending for all the Mutsumis. And you, Sakiko Toga, are the enemy of this dream. What are you talking about? I don't want you to suffer either, but we shouldn't hide away in dreams like this. No, Mitsumi-chan gets to live happily ever after here. That's the most important thing. I'm not like the others. I want to talk things out with you, Sakiko. You can stay here with me, and we'll protect Mitsumi-chan's sweet dream together. She's a fragile child. Odds are that she still can't decide whether she wants to wake or to stay here in bliss. As long as you choose to stay as well, and help us keep this dream going, it'll naturally become reality. You're the sole determinator of reality here. Or reality. Don't follow that bit, but I'm assuming that bit is indoctrination and therefore not easily digestible logic. So, stay with us, Sakiko. I refuse. Refuse? In reality, Mitsumi's body is lying out in the cold in a castle of dreams. Can you accept that as an ending too? If you truly love her, you would not be doing this to her. As long as Mitsumi-chan is happy, as long as we can exist, why does it matter whether it's reality or not? I have Mitsumi-chan's every memory. I know your heart's deepest desire. If you'll just stay here, I can even give you a whole entire album a year. Shut up, you're not Mitsumi at all. She would never say that sort of thing. So is this one of the little dream creatures the Morpheus has, LARPing as Mitsumi? LARPing is whatever the dream equivalent of LARP. I like you, and I like Mitsumi-chan. Why are you forcing me to choose like this? Do it. An unidentified voice hovers above their heads. Do it, do it, do it. The distant mountains seem to shake. The gravel on the ground jostles to a rhythm. Wait. Do it. It's gonna fall in from the previous chapter? There's no one around to be seen, but Sakiko can almost feel countless gazes boring into her. Do it. Right. To Mitsumi-chan, we all have countless shadows. So the shadows may hide forever in the dreams. Even the weakest light must be snuffed out. Step by tiny step, Mitsumi forces Sakiko towards a precipice. That is also a very good startled expression. What are you doing? Sakiko. Out, placing a hand on Sakiko's shoulder. It loses her balance. It's bigger, grows smaller and smaller. Chen to be happy forever, Sakiko. I don't want the Mitsumis to have despair anymore. I just have no choice. Chen doesn't need you. The situation in the show is very, very special. One of the reasons she's the best character. Oh, kinda interested in the show now. The collaboration is working. Oh, please just stay like this and don't let go of my hands. Please don't ever, ever let me go. Bye forever, Sakiko?
私たちはこれまで何度も勝利してきた。だけどドクター、今回私たちは
That's cooler than usual. They gave me a cliffhanger. What the heck? Okay, okay. Wow, that was so tense. That stage was also tough. I know. Once I figured out the plan for it, it wasn't too bad. But I feel like I had to be pretty precise. I don't know. That felt more difficult than I would expect for stage 5 in an event, you know? That stage took me the longest too? Yeah, I'm kind of excited for the EX stages now. I've not done a huge amount of late game content recently, so I'm looking forward to struggling. Big excite for Friday. Okay, okay. Well, let me engage my cranium 1 second. Oh, I know. Okay. I don't know how visible it is, but I'm still kind of a little bit under the weather. And so, for the Deniers to be happy, Chapter 8 has to be pushed off a cliff. I'm scared! What happens in Chapter 8? Oh no. I had to remake my boss clear every day, because my masters kept changing the timings. Oh, that's such a nightmare, but I suppose that's what happens if you're building new units. Okay, let me... Let's go ready to rumble. Okay, we are gonna wait over to Castella. I know it's been a shorter stream today. Apologies we couldn't finish all of the story, but I'm hoping that by Friday I'll have bounced back a little bit, and so I'll be okay to do a marathon stream, especially since there's no S stages, and I can feel myself getting a little bit tired, and so I don't know if I could do another full stage, so this seems like a good resting point. Castella's doing cute art, I believe. I haven't watched that show, but I think it's the arcane women. The one whom my whole timeline for like 2 months after the show came out was them making out. I don't know what their names are. But anyway, pretty art. I will see you all again on Thursday. No, on Friday. I'm telling a fib. And in the meantime, I will go to bed and eat fruits and vegetables to make sure I finish recovering soon. Okay, I'll see you all then. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and let's go say hi to Costello. Bye 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 bye.